Okay, Lions, Dolphins. Finally, the Lions have some players returning. The injury report is still not great, but so much better. I haven't spent a lot of time on the injury report and talking about injuries when you really could because we've had just a ton of injuries. And it's not that we've had a lot of injuries, it's that who we play, they don't have any injuries. So it's like we have a ton, and nobody we've played has had a significant amount of injuries. Um, excuse me, except for the Vikings, Harrison Smith in week 3 was the only like notable starter out that we played against. So finally we're getting healthy, and because again, the Miami Dolphins do not have anybody out. So our two players that are coming back, it's our guys Swift and St. Brown. And Coach Campbell said it. They can account for a lot of offense, a lot of production on offense. We know this. There's a reason we've really struggled these last few weeks. I've said it was Jared Goff. It really showed his deficiencies when you don't have Swift and St. Brown making plays, quick outs, a little screen, but a lot of stuff that Swift and St. Brown can make happen. He looks for St. Brown. He looks for Swift on third down. Goff has looked terrible these last 2 weeks, and the offense does not look good. So huge for us. Unfortunately, we still do have some injuries on the defense in some key spots, most notably the secondary. You can see right here, we already have our starting safety, Tracy Walker, is out. So when you've got then your next two in line safeties, okay, so going against Waddle and Tyreek Hill, not great. Kirby Joseph, who's played really well, is going to be in, but now you're just, you're really limited at safety. So now what you've got is Juju Hughes is going to be in. So our starting safeties are going to be Juju Hughes, and what I just say, and Kirby Joseph, which is not horrible, but then you're looking at CJ Moore as the backup. So all of a sudden, you're just really limited. You can't have any injuries. You're already thin at secondary. Same with corner. We need our corners to play really well. And then you look at Charles Harris. He's out, and that's big, of course, but not as big with Josh Pascal playing as well as he did. Aiden Hutchinson playing well. Kaminsky playing well. So all of a sudden, our D line is not terrible anymore because there for a second we had Kaminsky, Pascal, Charles Harris was out. Levi is out, of course, for the year. And it's like, oh my gosh, this was just really hard on us. So we're not looking terrible here. Well, let's look at the Miami Dolphins. I know this is kind of hard to read, but if you look at it, it looks like a lot of guys, but they put anybody with an injury out here, and you've got did not practice, limited practice, and full practice. And basically what it all the way comes down to game status. If it doesn't have anything shown right here, then that means they're playing. So all these guys are in, and then you've got about 5 guys that are questionable. So nobody with significance is questionable. I mean, you're talking about their punter, I guess Melvin Ingram, but this was like a veteran rest. Oh no, he's in. So basically they're all good to go. And you can see we've got our 6 players that are out officially, but we've dealt with worse situations, way worse. So we're good to go. We've got St. Brown. Swift doesn't even have an injury placement here where it's his game status is good to go. So Josh Reynolds is good. Frank Ragnow, Hawkinson, Decker, not dealing with anything. No questionable. And again, about St. Brown, he was not reports where he didn't even have a concussion technically by all the tests and everything. But what happened was last game, he showed signs of confusion. Again, I don't know the technical terms and what all ever happened, but basically the NFL came out with, it doesn't matter what the tests do, everything like that. If you looked like you didn't know what you were doing for a minute, we're going to hold you out. And that's what happened to St. Brown. So he passed all the tests, but they didn't like the way he staggered around or was a little confused for a minute. And so they held him out. So I say that because that's huge. I think he's good to go. I think he's that concussion that he had right when he came back. So that gave him actually another week to heal up from his ankle or his knee or whatever. His leg was going bad as well. So the Lions have their players back, and I'm crazy. I probably am, but I've not given up on the season, and I don't mean that from a standpoint of I think we're going to still make the playoffs or something like that. No, I just haven't given up on the fact that the Lions can win a couple games in a row. I would just like to see us kind of get near 500 maybe for Thanksgiving. Like, I understand I'm sick in the head because they just continue to lose and lose and lose, and it's just torturing myself over all these years. But I'm still I'm still kind of hanging in there. And this is the game though, like for real, for real. If you lose this one, you do turn the page. I mean, you turn the page to next year as fans. You're looking at who we're going to draft first overall. And I don't want to do that. I just want to enjoy this season still, watch the games, see if we can kind of fight back, get some wins, just some good things going. I don't think you can continue to lose all the way into next year. I just don't think anything that's good for anybody. Let's win. Let's win this game. We've got the players. We're at home. I want to see us win. So what I'm saying is I'm still in, still locked in, still want to see us win a couple games in a row, get us just make that Thanksgiving game interesting. That's all I want. I know we're going against the Bills, and I know we're going to lose that game, but make it, hey, if we beat the Bills on Thanksgiving, we could be blank. I don't know. Again, I need help. I need help. I'm still watching the Lions like I was game one and ready to go. And we'll see what they can do. So let me know in the comments your thoughts on returning two of our players that are going to help us tremendously. And we will see all of you on the next one.